Namaste. I just wanted to thank you for taking the time to send your video, brother, and for staying on top of your requirements for your course. Your progress in recognizing the genuine heart of sadness is really an important step in just achieving and really getting a handle on that personal growth, particularly in the situation that you're involved with right now. It's clear that you've begun to stay in the moment more deeply because things are less unsettling for you in the face of the adversity and the violence and the undermining that goes on in the military. So I appreciate your working in that area of your life, and I encourage you to continue. You're learning to live peacefully as an outsider in society, and that doesn't make sense to a lot of people, but it is the path that we've chosen in this lifetime. Now, regarding some of your excellent questions, and I apologize for the weakness of my voice. This thyroid issue is holding my vocal cords captive, if you will, and so it's kind of affecting my voice a little bit. The recognition of innate goodness in all beings is really a deeper insight into reality. It's as the Heart Sutra would call it, going beyond. And so just as the ancients wrote in the Heart Sutra, what seems to be something of a prosaic conflict of ideas, there's, if you read through the entire Heart Sutra, it seems like they're all contrary statements. When we look more deeply, we realize these ideas of ours are simply that, they're ideas. And so the genuine heart of sadness is the heart that gives birth to bodhicitta, because it recognizes the imperfection, the pain, the suffering, the dualistic ideas that make up this phenomenal world. And so it recognizes that imperfection, and it's compelled to make a difference. It's compelled to do whatever it can to alleviate suffering. While the recognition of innate goodness is actually the very basis, the seeing from the noumenal aspect. So on one hand, you have the genuine heart of sadness, which is looking at the phenomenal world for what it is. And then beyond that, deeper than that, you have the recognition of innate goodness. And so that recognition of innate goodness becomes the basis, seeing from the noumenal aspect of the world, that compels the genuine heart of sadness to become. And see, that gives us the tools that we need both to function without going crazy in this phenomenal world, and also gives us the impetus, the fuel, if you will, to fuel our practice of Tonglen, our practice of bodhicitta, so that we can actually do what we can to alleviate suffering and make a difference in the phenomenal world. Without one, you can't see the other. Without the other, the one has no purpose other than a selfish purpose. And so this is moving beyond. This is what makes the Mahayana practice the higher vehicle, because the recognition of innate goodness is something that we see in both the Hinayana practice and the Mahayana practice. But then when you go beyond that, when you look at the phenomenal world and say, I can't allow this injustice, this suffering, this pain to take place, and so I have to do what I can do without disturbing my peace. And sometimes that's done just by simply doing the interior work. when we see injustice around us, when we see the unfairness around us, when we see the things that are awry, doing as you said, and becoming the change we wish to see in the world, then we're actually taking a spiritual path to make changes. But then there are other things when we pass a homeless person or a hungry person, when we find somebody who's suffering in pain or depression, doing what we can to alleviate that suffering and that depression. There are some physical aspects that also are included in the genuine heart of sadness. And so one will help us to see beyond and recognize the innate goodness. If you didn't see the innate goodness in a person, then a genuine heart of sadness would become depression. But knowing that there's the true nature of all phenomenon is this pure awareness, is this genuine love, this pure balance, then the heart of sadness is just that. It's simply an awareness, a sadness that this needs to be changed. and then having the confidence, because we know the true nature, to go in there and make that change because we know what's waiting. So I hope this has been helpful for you. You did not ramble at all in your video. I apologize for the brevity of mine, but the voice is about to go. And so I want you to know that I keep you in my thoughts. I appreciate yours as well. Namaste.